Welcome to my channel, guys. It's yet another day, and today I would probably like to talk to you about an image that I created a long time back. Maybe I can make a series out of all the favorite images that I have over the years and talk to you about the details about how I clicked the image and what was going through my mind when I was creating that image, and also the kind of equipment that I used to click the image, so that it will help you understand the job of a photographer, the job of a photographer as in what he or she does when he or she goes around clicking pictures, which might the final product might seem really nice and really easy, so to speak, but it is anything but. Trust me on this. So I have my laptop right here. Today I will talk to you about one particular image that I created a long time back. I think it is almost 10 or 11 years back that I created this image, and it still remains to this day one of my favorite images because of the kind of love it generated from the client, and also the kind of love it generated from all the people whom I showed this image to, and also because it is one of my favorite images simply because I got to create this image. I feel very lucky to have created this image. So this is the image here, right here. This is of the Ford Endeavour, the old model, of course. For those of you who don't know, I am an automotive photographer. I shoot a lot of cars and bikes for a living. That's a job that everybody wants to do, isn't it? But I'm the lucky one anyhow. So this is a photograph of the Ford Endeavour jumping, literally taking off. This was shot somewhere around Pune, somewhere around Lavasa. If you are familiar with Maharashtra, Pune, you would know somewhere around Lavasa when we were shooting the Ford Endeavour. So Bunny Punia, my really good friend and my ex-boss, was driving this car. He is actually inside the vehicle as it is jumping right now. He is on the driver's seat, and the passenger seat is of course empty. There was nobody inside. So what I wanted was a very dynamic shot which should go into the cover image of the magazine which I used to work for. The magazine was called Dream Cars. The magazine does not exist anymore. It shut down quite a few years back. So I wanted an image which would go on the cover page of the magazine, on the front page, on the cover image. So I asked Pani, why don't you do something? Why don't you give me a shot which I would probably remember for the rest of my life, and even you would remember for the rest of your life? And this is what he did. So there was a little bit of a hump on the off-road patch that we were driving at, and I was about, I think, a few feet away from the car. So since the road was going a little down, the off-road was going down, and then there was a bump. So as the car came out of the bump, it just took off, and all the four wheels, as you can see, is off the road, off the ground, and you can literally see the chassis, the underbelly of the car, the underpinnings of the car, which was absolutely brilliant. I shot this image. I have the lens right here. I shot this image with the 70 to 200. This is the exact lens that I shot it with. And as I was shooting the car, I was looking through the viewfinder, and the car and the vehicle kept on coming closer and closer, and as it took off, I was blown away. Of course, given such a moment, you might just stop and look at the happenings, but that is not something which you should do as a photographer. That is, I think, a moment which you should capture. If I would have missed this moment, I don't suppose he would have been able to do it again because of various circumstances, because of time constraints, because of other circumstances as well. So as I took the shot, I made sure that I was in continuous focus because the vehicle was moving. So my focus had to be continuous. My focus was continuous. I had tucked in my hands, my arms, because I didn't want any shake in the image. My shutter speed was really high because I wanted to freeze the frame. I wanted to freeze the image mid-air, and I kept on pressing the shutter, and it just fired a burst of shots, out of which I think this is one shot which I absolutely love, and everybody that I've showed this image to absolutely has fallen in love with the image. This has since then been one of my, and even Bunny's, one of his as well, favorite images of ever. I mean, I've shot a lot of cars, a lot of high-end bikes, a lot of luxury vehicles, but none even comes close to the kind of dynamism that this image has. Look at this. I mean, it's jumping in front of you, and you can only imagine as a photographer how I would have felt. I felt I was a little scared, I was a little nervous, I was a little anxious, but after this entire thing happened, looking at the pictures, I felt really satisfied. I felt really, really happy that it happened. The jump happened perfectly, the focus was perfect, the composition came out really nice, and the overall image I think came out really brilliant. I mean, this is one of my favorite automotive images of all times. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you like this video. This is a very short video, but I would like to keep these kind of videos short, and I would again share more such images next Wednesday same time, so keep an eye out for that. In the meanwhile, thank you so very much for joining in. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, because a lot of stuff is coming up, a lot of fresh stuff is coming up, which I'm sure you would love. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Stay safe, stay home. Bye bye.